Welcome back to CryptosRUs. I am George. We're all George. So it's a few minutes away from market bell opening, and I think today will be quite interesting. And I don't think today doesn't mean that it has to be bad. I think today actually could be good. We are starting our day at 85.8, and last night Asia actually bought. Yeah, that's right. Asia actually bought. Last night when I was filming, right, I made a video for you guys. Unfortunately, I can't be streaming because I am away from my usual location, but we actually started trending upwards. We went from the 82s, 83s, and then slowly to the 84s, and then 85, and we went all the way up to 87 before dipping back down to at about where we are now, 85.8. And today will be very, very interesting. It is starting out scary, but you know what? I think today could turn around, and here's the reasons why. If you look at the U.S. market, you look at someone like Nvidia that reported yesterday, they're up. Robinhood is up in the pre-market. You got MicroStrategy up. So you got tech up right now, right? And you look at again, we're about to open in a few minutes. Right now, the across the board, Dow, S&P, Nasdaq up in the futures market, especially Nasdaq. Dow is a little bit shaky because Trump has announced a little bit more tariffs. That's right. Well, Mexico and Canada, we already know. He already announced it, right? But now he's announcing that those tariffs will start March 4th, but he's placing that 10% on China. So that's the thing. Before he did state this already. He's not putting more. It's not like he's adding his original tariff number. He did say before it was 25, 25, 10. So he's going to stick with it. Okay, so I don't know if China and the U.S. has been talking, but certainly if they were behind the scenes, it has gone nowhere. So this is going to start March 4th, which is in a week. So again, all these tariff stuff is throwing markets in a dizzy. And of course, yesterday, what brought everything down was Trump also said that he's going to slap 25% tariffs on EU goods. Um, so we don't have a official date on that yet, but basically, it's going to happen. Okay. If he says it, it's going to happen. So just anticipate it will happen. That's why yesterday we had tech sell off like crazy, Bitcoin sell off like crazy. Everything went down like crazy because of it. But today, you know what? I think Wall Street may be realizing that, hey, everything is very oversold. And Nvidia still having a good quarterly shows that there are industries that can withstand all the tariff scariness. And I think it could be good today for tech. But I could be wrong. We could open up and everything starts crashing. So, but we'll see. You know what? But I think it could be good. We could have one of those scary moments where we open the market, Bitcoin starts dipping down and goes up. But right now, it is turning. And where we are right now, 80 around 86 is definitely better than where we were last night and during the day yesterday when we saw Bitcoin fall down to 82 before bouncing back up. But I did mention in my video last night a lot of the alts held very well indeed, which shows exhaustion, basically, retail exhaustion. And that's a good thing. That's a really, really good thing. Now, why is Bitcoin selling off so much right now? Well, obviously, all the tariffs and stuff like that. But who is selling? Well, it's led by Wall Street. There's no doubt about it. The ETFs are selling off like crazy. Yesterday, 754 million outflow. 420 million just from BlackRock alone. BlackRock, Larry Fink hates selling Bitcoin. Up until February 20th, BlackRock only sold like a handful of times. All the other funds did sell many, many, many times in the past. So BlackRock generally never sells, but you could see the 12th they sold a little bit, 20th, and then 24th, 25th, 26th. So even BlackRock are they are forced to sell because there's so many people on Wall Street that are so scared that are dumping right now. They are what we call lettuce hands. They are the ones that truly don't believe and they are falling for the FUD and they're just panicking and they're just dumping everything. That's exactly what's happening. And these headlines right now, like BlackRock moves 441 million in Bitcoin to Coinbase. That's what happens when you have all these lettuce hands selling. That's what they have to do with these ETFs. Okay. But luckily, when they do it, it's usually sold OTC. When they buy, it's OTC. When they sell, it's OTC. It's not like they're selling spot market. But it does suck right now. We have what 7 consecutive days of outflows, and they are increasing. And it's just due to Wall Street really panicking. Last night it was great because Asia markets didn't panic. Asia decided to buy the dip. They thought that, hey, everything was too oversold, so they decided to buy the dip. And I do think that is still the right course. A lot of people may not think so, but I know it is because we have seen many, many, many times like this before. Scary times, very scary times. We have seen many dips like this before. We have seen Wall Street lose interest or get scared off and dump. Last year, we saw massive outflows from ETFs too for an extended period of time. Okay. But right now, what's bad is Wall Street's leading the selling, but you know who else is selling? This is eye-opening. It's not a surprise, it's eye-opening. Okay. There are definitely retail investors selling. But you could see basically this just shows you the hold time, okay, of the retail investors that have been selling and approximately how much they have sold. And you can see within 24 hours. People that held 24 hours, 15 million. People that held for about a week, 33 million. People that held for about a month, a week to a month, 20 million. 1 to 3 months, 20 million. 3 to 6 months, what? 355,000. And then 6 to 12 months, $11. Okay. Um, so total $89 million worth. I don't know if this is probably just like a single day. I think this is just measuring yesterday how much retail sold, $89 million for the Bitcoin. But you could see basically it's everyone that has entered the space recently. Okay. Basically between 1 day and 3 months. Do you see anyone that's a long-term holder, anyone that's held from even from 6 months and beyond selling? No, no, because 6 months ago we were much lower. 1 year ago we were much lower. 2 years, 3 years, 5 years, 7 years, we were much lower, and we have seen many, many, many dips. Right. So right now, who is selling? Wall Street is leading the way, but a lot of retail investors that have come in within the last 3 months that bought at the top, like right at December, they are the ones that are selling right now. And that's the unfortunate part. They are being scared out of the market. And this is exactly what some of these market makers and whales and exchanges, that's exactly what they want. Because remember, when you sell, there's someone on the other end that's buying. And right now, there are definitely a lot of big players accumulate behind the scenes. There are a lot of big players, excuse me, that are accumulate behind the scenes. And all these people that are selling, panic selling, their Bitcoin and crypto is going straight into these big players' pockets. Okay, last thing I'll say about this is you know what? Bitcoin is in the oversold zone. Not just Bitcoin, but for many, many, many other crypto. But if we're looking at Bitcoin because it is the one that leads the way, leads the entire market. RSI, I told you guys this. You look at like the 4 hour, the daily. Bitcoin is oversold. In fact, if you look at like the 4 hours, extremely oversold. And we haven't seen these kind of levels since when Bitcoin fell down to 48,000 or 50,000 back last year, mid last year. And that was also when Wall Street was panicked and they were mass selling ETFs. Okay, it's very similar. And the fear level right now on the fear and greed index is very similar to that time too. Right? And back then, people were freaking out, thinking that we weren't going to get back to 69,000 because we were doing massive dips for a very long time until we came back. And then we kept going. It'll be the same thing this time around, too, right? You just have to withstand the FUD right now. And there are so many. And Trump tariffs, they keep coming and it's kind of hard to ignore. But yeah. But you know what? While I've been talking, the market has opened. Nvidia is still green. Let's see. Robinhood is still up, way up. Let's see if something like Coinbase is up. Coinbase is up big today. So it looks like right now, when market opened, Wall Street is taking advantage of the oversold, you know, tech sector or crypto sector. Bitcoin has not dumped. In fact, that's gone up a little bit more as I've been talking, 86. You know what? We'll see. We'll see how today goes. But I have a feeling today may not be a sell-off day. Today could be accumulation day, and it will be absolutely great to see Bitcoin climb back up to the 88,000, which we saw yesterday, I believe, yesterday morning before we started falling back down because of all the tariff stuff, right? It would be great to see us recover back to 88 and even better into the 90s if we can between today and tomorrow, right? But stay strong, my friends. I will see you guys later. Take care. Bye bye.